Hello everybody, my name is Sean, this is Backseat Girl Productions, and this right here is a $170 webcam? Alright guys, here we are, down low. Of course, right now we are filming on a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and we are also using the microphone that is included in the Galaxy S10 Plus. As, you know, we're going through the tests, we're just going to use the microphones that have been provided or come with the camera. Because, you know, no sense in adding any more external factors if we don't have to. So I believe we've gotten into here. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's resheath our karambit. Alright, here we go, y'all. What's inside? What's inside? Well, right up top, I see what we have here is the Logitech camera right there. There she is. There is a piece of plastic protective covering on the top of it, which I will remove at a later time, but this is what it is so far. Alright, how do we get into this monstrosity? Well, we can see that that has been jostled in packaging. I think it might actually supposed to sit down like that, making sure that we do not touch the camera lens at all. Protective covering still in place. We shall now just very gently lift up and out and see what all we have. Let's set this down very gently as well. Okay, box is empty. Okay, good deal. Instructions and whatnot are included. We'll set this off to the side for just a moment. So we do have some instructions here. It just says hook it up and stuff and things and stuff. Another thing to mention is, and we'll see this in the features, it can be rotated in different directions. Of course, here we have a little license thing for some software that I'm not going to use. More warranty information. I think I know all about the warranty service at this point in time, and hopefully I don't have to use it again. So here is the camera. It looks very much like a little tiny security camera. Let's get it out of all of this. What's all holding it in here? Oh, I don't want to break anything. Alright, so right off the bat I can tell you, well, there it goes. That shouldn't make a difference, hopefully. It survived the shipping. See, this was supposed to be glued down. I can tell that was supposed to be glued down or something. Yep, that's exactly what was supposed to happen. These were supposed to be glued down like that, and somehow or another they had broken free like that. So, packaging, it got jostled. It got jostled. This does, of course, have a USB-C connection, guys. A USB-C connection. Only the USB-C will work. It will not work without an adapter, if it will work with an adapter at all. Luckily enough, I have one of these ports on my computer. I will be using that port. What's in here? This little thing. Okay, this is just a standard quarter 20 screw mount for a tripod, such as what the phone is on right now. Let's take a look at the camera. Camera's got the nice peely thing. We're going to wait until the very last minute to peel that off. Along the bottom, though, I will go ahead and peel this off. Along the bottom, we have some plastic protection. Okay. We'll peel all of that off right there. Let's take a look at the mounting mechanism. In fact, let's compare it with the previous generation, the C922. This is the C922X model, I do believe. So we look underneath. Both cameras do have the adjustable mounting area right there with the flip up area for the back of your monitor. It does have a rubberized texture on there, so I feel as if it will stick and stay if you put it there. This one also has the same features with the rubberized texture. This one feels almost smoother. This one feels almost better quality, actually. Let me take another feel of this. It might be the exact same material and this just hasn't been broken in yet. Don't know. It's not a big, huge selling point because I'm probably not going to be using that feature anyway, as I tend to mount mine on different mounts and tripods and things. So I guess I need to figure out how to get this off of here. So in the videos I have seen, you just take it and it just comes right off. But we're going to look at the instructions because I don't want to break anything. So to do this, it looks like, okay, so to get this off, it appears as if you have to put a nail or something in here and actually pry both sides off. So you pry both sides off, and then you have this and this. And then you have to put this inside of this, get it snapped into place. Okay, so this, that's still not correct. This way? Okay, so that snaps into place that way, and then you can mount it here. So my question is, why didn't you put a mounting screw here, where it belongs in the first place? I don't know. That's a Logitech question. But I'm not going to move the tripod, and I am just going to mount the camera exactly as it should be over here on the tripod. Maybe it goes this way? I'm just going to mount the camera up on the tripod exactly where it sits over there, and yeah. I think I did mention that this cord construction is very, very nice cord construction. Alright, so let me get this thing set up. Alright, so a quick thing to notice right here is on the inside, it actually shows you which direction the camera is facing. I've got to get in here and tighten this up, but alright, here's my thing so far. I went to put it in here, right? And I just put it there, and it fit this time, but it's not a one-handed operation by any stretch of the imagination, and it will not fit the other way. It will not fit the other way, and I really struggled to get this thing out of there. I'll show you. I'll show you all on the when we cut. Okay, hello everybody, nice to see you. Once again, this is me moving my hands around, flailing loudly, just to see how the motion blur is on this. This is supposed to be recording right now at a full 1080p at 60 frames a second. I think it can go higher than that, or maybe not. I don't know. Check the documentation if you get one. Well, I do have a lighting panel behind this camera, so there is some external lighting involved right here. I'm in a otherwise completely dark room besides the monitors. Now, what you're actually looking at me right now through is the plastic piece. So what I'm going to do is, there's the corn. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to peel the plastic off right here for everyone. So I don't know if you can see a difference back there or not, because I'm recording on here, not, you know, and here all at the same time. All at the same time. So anyway, this is the StreamCam. Now, let's swap this out for a Logitech C920X and see what the differences are. Okay guys, so I forgot to mention two very important things. First off, today's date is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. In the last video, we were talking about the situation that's been ongoing since this date, Friday, September 27th, 2019. And in that video, we did the famous white paper test. So we put a piece of white paper over the camera to see if indeed there were any dead pixels. I'm looking at this one right here. On this paper, I do not see any dead pixels. Let me flip the paper and let me get you a clean shot right here. I'm going to move this paper onto all areas of the screen In fact, let me just back it up right here and just take a look. You can see it's auto compensating for the light changes. That's okay. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to auto compensate. I have not adjusted any of the settings at all. I have not adjusted any of the settings on this camera at all. It is as is from the factory, and I'm not seeing any problems so far. If you guys see any problems, I know that you guys will be the first ones to let me know in the comment section below. So I will see you guys after I set up the new camera, alright? Okay everybody, welcome back. This is the C920X webcam. I have it set on the highest FPS. I believe it says 30 that these are enabled to do. 30 FPS inside of OBS. I did put it on the highest maximum setting. Another thing that I have to mention here is that when I hooked this camera up, I had to go into the properties and adjust the low light compensation. It's the thing that streamers have been complaining about for years. Every time you go into OBS to start a stream or record something, there's a couple of settings that you, in some circumstances, have to change around, and that is the low light compensation, the backlight compensation, the gain, whole bunch of stuff like that, and it's really tedious, and you just have to do it over and over again. Well, they seem to have solved the problem with the new cam, the StreamCam. This one right here. Again, it's not perfect, but it seems to have solved that problem right there. I don't know what the video looks like behind me, but I'm going to take both of these videos, edit them down, and see what they look like. Also, I do have to mention that I originally intended on doing this test on my Lenovo X240 ThinkPad. But I then realized that the X240 ThinkPad does not have a USB-C. I thought that it did have one, but it does not have a USB-C on there. So I am forced to use the main rig over here, but that's okay. It's a level playing field. We will see exactly what the cameras are capable of because we know that the computer is capable of producing 4K footage. For a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, we know that it can do that. So another little thing worth noting, Logitech, I don't know, you probably are watching actually. So this right here, this is the landscape mode. The odd part about this is your logo is like facing the wrong direction, bro. The whole thing about live streaming is nobody live streams in vertical mode. Like anybody that's nobody streams in vertical mode. So your logo, I don't know. It's your logo. You can do with it what you want. But I do also want to touch on this part right here. See, this is not intuitive. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, who wants to do this? I mean, I know you're supposed to set it and forget it. It's a StreamCam. But if you're going to use it as a webcam or have it attached as a laptop camera or take it with you someplace, you don't want to be messing around with that. Just put this screw hole on the bottom of the other thing, you know? Put the screw hole on the bottom of the other thing instead of having to make us guess. And like I said, it only goes in one way. So you're really, if you get it in there wrong, you've got yourself, if you get it in there wrong, you've got yourself some work to do. So let's go back over into this camera after I do some editing, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Cool? Cool. Again, I almost forgot to do the famous paper test. You guys know where it's at. It's right there. It hadn't moved. It's the same spots. In fact, there might be some on the bottom too. Look at that. Yep. No. This one seems to fix the issue so far. Reviewing the footage now. So guys, this is my conclusion. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Make sure that you have smashed the like button if you have enjoyed the content, and subscribe if you would like to see more of things like this, as well as fun and games. I like to do a whole lot of fun and games. So let's get down to it, guys. The pros and the cons. Pros. So the pros are, it includes a quarter 20 adapter. I like that. I like that it includes a quarter 20 adapter. However, a con is I've got this piece right here that, well, quite frankly, is just another piece to keep up with for me. For you, the story might be different. You might have to take this and move it around from time to time, but for me, in my situation, in my studio, it stays there, it doesn't move very often. But it is nice to know that it is unclippable, and I can just simply take it, unplug it, and keep it mounted there, keep the other mount there if I need it. The second thing I'd like to talk about, a negative, is, in my opinion, the logo placement. As I stated before, not too many live streamers in the world stream in a vertical up and down fashion, and this sideways logo thing is kind of confusing to me. I like to be able to read things on the bottom. But speaking of good things, the light in the upper left-hand corner is a very good thing. It is very non-intrusive, I guess. It doesn't bother me so much. It doesn't blend in. It stands out just enough. It's not too bright. And it is hidden when it is off behind a cloth covering right there that surrounds the lens. Another thing I was going to talk about, that lens has a very nice, I think it is an f2 aperture. Don't quote me on that, but it is a little bit of a wider angle, and it supposedly adjusts for the low light a little bit better. I have said before, and I'm going to say it now, another great thing about this camera, I believe, is the microphone. If you notice, my hands are fully extended, okay? This corn is as long as my arm, so the corn will just barely touch the camera. So there's like 4 inches to spare. I mean, it was literally like that. It was about like that. So yeah, well over 4 or 5 feet over there. And another thing, guys, here's the thing. This microphone is not on right now. This microphone is not on right now. In fact, let me just swap out these microphones, and let me show you what we got. Okay, so this is the normal microphone that I use. This is just a regular old condenser microphone. I got it off of Amazon. It is a Neewer. This is a Neewer microphone. It is a XLR microphone, condenser microphone. It's got a stand that I purchased separately, but this is what the normal audio sounds like when I'm speaking on stream through this microphone, which in comparison is only this far away from my face at this current time. Let me switch the microphones back, and we'll take another test. Alright, so I've switched the microphones back. Let's get this out of the way. On this particular portion, and most of the portions of the video, I have not edited the audio. The audio is from the source that the video is shot on. So everything in the phone section was shot, and I did amplify it a little bit, the audio. I amplified the audio a little bit in the phone footage, but the rest of it shot on the webcams was completely unedited, left alone. Again, this right here is very, very, very far away. We already did the dead pixel test. What else can we go over? Hold on just a second. 2 more things that I would like to talk about. The USB 3.1 and the USB-C connection. Not all motherboards and not all laptops have that connection, that USB-C connection now. Most of the newer ones do, but not all of the older ones, and I don't know about some of them, I don't know. The compatibility factor, it is Macintosh compatible, it is Windows compatible, and compatible with Logitech capture software, which I will not be reviewing in this video. It's something I do not use. I use OBS Studio for the majority of my software, you know, in recording and live streaming needs. And I also use the Adobe Creative Cloud in that Creative Suite of programs to do the majority of my editing and stuff. So I can't speak for the Logitech Capture, the XSplit, but I can speak for the OBS, and that is what I'm using now. It seems to be working pretty good. We mentioned the USB-C, which not all computers have, and there's not a lens cover included. In fact, I don't know that there is a good way to cover this lens other than to perhaps put a bag over it or something like that. Just kind of, you know, plop a bag over it. I don't know, that might be a thing to do, but I do like the size of it. It's very small, it's compact, you can move it around. Like I said, if there is an option to purchase one of these, probably, I don't know, that's the next thing, the price. But if you can purchase some of these, maybe you can just move it to different places, but then you'd have to extend the cable and, you know. Anyhow, it has a great picture as far as I can tell. It does have the full 60 frames per second at 1080p, which is what I am recording at right now. And let's see, what else? Your standard Blue Yeti is over $100, and your C922X is $100 or more if you can get one now, and if they haven't marked it up to over $200. I've seen them sold for over $400. It's insane right now. So if you're starting out, if you're looking for an all-in-one unit at this point in time, I think I can recommend the Logitech StreamCam at $180 for a one-stop shop, but only if you have that USB-C 3.1 port. I'll let you know in the comments, guys. For now, my name's Sean. This is Backseat Your Old Productions, and I'll see you next time for whatever it is with me, BGP. Bye.
Señor Fagualike.